kids. Say hello to Mark Miller. That's me. How you doing, everybody? Rory's out there, too.
I am. I'm here.
Fred's right over there.
Hey, Fred.
Hey, Fred. Fred's not waving for me. There he is. It's a little slow to wave. Sometimes that happens. I'm not going to be too worried about that. Right. What's that, Fred? What happened? Well, I was on a little mini vacation, and I'm back from it. Let's turn the music down just a little bit. So get the mix right there. Ray, how was your kind of week off? You probably didn't really have time off, did you? You're probably working the whole time.
I've leveled up, my friend. Leveled up like never before.
Really?
Yeah. Level 1 was first vaccine, right?
Yeah.
Level 2, second vaccine. Level 3 apparently is getting the Rona.
You got it again?
Well, this one's a definite because I've had the what they call a PCR test here in the UK. Don't know if it's the same elsewhere. And yeah, it came back. I've got it, and I've got to self-isolate now till next Wednesday, Thursday sometime.
And yet
at least one other family member's got it, and we're all sat in the same house, and none of us are really suffering at all, by the way, not in the slightest. So evidently, vaccine's good. Right?
Oh, that's awesome. That's great news. Kids, in case you don't know who's on the phone, it's... That's Roy. He's on the phone with us. On the Skype. That's what I'm talking about. Everybody okay? I feel like they're kind of, like as if I'm sensing the crying out of a million voices all at once and then the silencing of them all at the same time. Disturbance in the force. That's what
pretty
I'm talking about. All right, cool. Well, we're going to get into this. We were close, I think, last time. We were close. Back over here at TaleSpire. It might actually be working now. And the reason I say that is because I noticed, well, I'll tell you, when we did this last time, there was a kind of a flat floor underneath the targeting piece. I was like, wait, where's that coming from? And I went back over into Unity, and I realized that, inside of my shield cylinder, which I'm using as kind of the base prefab, in the bottom here, I had the floor, and it was on and enabled like that. And so I was like, oh, okay, that's probably where it's coming from. So I turned it off, I rebuilt and redistributed those, and I'm about to test those as we speak.
Okay.
So with that, I'm going to go to Little Cutie Spells, Call Lightning, invoke it, and now, ooh, that's really better. That's much, much better. Whoops, sorry, hold on. Let me get that so you can see it. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
So it's not the right size or shape. We're going to fix that in a second. But I'm really pleased to know that it was just...
But I mean, it's very definitely a cylinder. It's got a lovely effect around it. It's centered on the target. I mean, it's all the things you'd want, apart from those vague numbers that, as you say, we'll sort out in a minute.
Yeah, we'll get that in a minute. All right, let's get our little cutie dragon out of there. Let's close down the scroll pieces. Yeah, we just got to size it. That's what we got to do. All right, let's switch over into the main machine here. I wrote this down. We're working with this R1 shield cylinder here. And when I was creating it, I realized I was going to have a lot of trouble scaling it. In part because I have a light. And the light shines down. You'll see it here. Let's bring it back over. Hector!
Hey, Hector!
Where's my mouse? Which machine is it on? There it is, over there. Okay. So there's a light, and we can't really see it very effectively here. There you can kind of see it. See as I get up, the light comes out like there. That light hits, and it comes out. It's a spotlight, I think, and it hits so that it just fills in the area of the cylinder. Well,
Sure.
what happens if I start stretching it this way, but I keep the same diameter, right? What happens is the light lifts up off the ground as we scale it, and it starts spreading more.
So it's got to anchor to the bottom rather than to sort of the midpoint.
Right, it's got to anchor to the bottom. Next piece of complexity are these kind of dashed lines around the edges here. See the dashed lines around the top right up there? Just right around there. I'm talking about right there.
Yep.
See that right there? And there's also a similarly on across the bottom, but I don't think you can see it unless I lift up. There, if I lift up, you can kind of see it right there. Right there, what's going on there. So that those dashed lines right there, those dashed lines also scale independently of each other and independently of the cylinder. And so what I've done is I've built this kind of 3 parts to it so it could scale. I've got a top right here, and I've added the notes because there's no way I would have remembered this, and I'd have to figure it all out again. But I wrote this down. The top, X, Y, and Z are all the same. The top matches the cylinder diameter. And so what's happening when all X, Y, and Z are doing that, what's happening is whatever the cylinder diameter is, that top is just going to, come down and scale down from that position right there. The Y position matches the cylinder height so that we can get it right up at the right spot. Okay? This, by the way, is the name of the component. Top.
Okay, that's good.
Okay. Sides, we scale the X and Y to match the cylinder diameter, and the X and Z, I totally misspoke, and the Y matches the cylinder height. So we got to find sides and scale it appropriately, and then we got to find bottom. And the bottom, a little bit like the top, all the scales are there, except for we don't change its Y position. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then the local scale remains 111. We don't actually change the local scale at all. We just change the parts, and that's how we make it all work. According to the research, we haven't done this yet, but that's what we're gonna write and do today.
Yes.
Okay, let's do that. Let's go into TaleSpire Explore. And it's going to be in Target, TaleSpire.target. We created these targeting volumes last time. It's just all coming back to me. You'd think I'd be a pro and I'd review this before the show.
It's been a while, though. Yeah. So I remember the targeting volume. The idea was that we had these various settings that were like, what kind of target we'd have. And you decided to encapsulate this within the targeting volume. So the volume could be a sphere, it could be a cylinder, it could be, a 3-dimensional trapezoid eventually. And we'd be able to invoke methods on the specific derivations of these to find all objects within that volume that qualify in some fashion. That means that the outer piece that says, go get me a bunch of stuff, doesn't really need to know about any of the implementational details of that. And it can just get on with it, making that outer code considerably simpler. That's
exactly what we did. It was actually kind of a bigger effort refactoring than I was expecting it to be. But it took us like at least an hour and a half, I feel like, to go through that and to break all these pieces out. But so far, so good. Everything seems to be working. We've got this now set cylinder scale, which is being called from the constructor right here, which is going to take in the diameter and the height. So those are the pieces that are coming in. So we need to go find our targeting. We check to see if targeting prefab is null. And if it is, we get out. Otherwise, we're going to come in here and say targeting prefab.findChild, this great sweet extension method I created. And we're going to go look for the child called top. We're going to set that equal to top, like that. And then we're going to do the same with bottom, like that. And then we're going to do the same with sides, like that. And I'm just going to compare to make sure visually just top, sides, and bottom. Okay, those are the 3 different pieces that I have. Okay. And Autism says they've got to be in the same order on both sides. Next, I want to basically say, hey, if top is null, then get out. And I already used duplicate line up here. I should be able to duplicate my line and do that just a couple times right there. And let's do this so we can see more. Let's work on some CodeRush stuff, and I wanted to go full screen for some screenshots I was taking. got a new feature I'm working on. Have we mentioned Overkill Productions? This is Overkill Productions for Code Rush. I'm like looking at, so I start with the directive that I must, when I implement a new feature, I must implement it with the fewest, so that the users can implement it using the fewest keystrokes possible. Who's this?
Keystrokes, as demonstrated by Coding Gorilla.
Just like that. That's Coding Gorilla, kids. Feature request, smart duplicate selection. You have an example of that, Coding Gorilla?
That's the feature we have,
We already
right?
have that, my friend.
Did we miss something?
Yeah. Maybe he's just watching me. I don't know what's going on, because I kind of used it here. I think, by the way, I wonder, can I get it from here? If I just do that, nope. If I do that, I can get it. Same way there. Okay. So anyway, I'm like, I started going through it. I'm doing this on vacation because I can't work, right? And so I have to get something done. So I'm going through it. Yeah, give them a link to the smart duplicate selection on the playlist, Rory, if you could, for me.
I'm on it.
So I'm working through this, and I get like a breakthrough. I'm like, oh my God, I found it. I found the arguably shortest way to do this. And I was talking to my wife about it, because, sometimes, you do that kind of thing, and she's doing her best to humor me, like it's all interesting and stuff like that. And
sounds so familiar.
And anyway,
trust, not the only one there.
Yeah, I get back last night and I start, one of the things I do is I lay out with lots of screenshots and stuff like that.
Shirley Dad is in the house.
Shirley, we didn't do it on Sunday. We had car breakdown. We changed some plans. We did not get home on Sunday or on Saturday like I thought we were going to. We instead went to San Jose, and we kind of extended our vacation for another day and a half.
Did you explain that you got stuck in a landslide?
No.
You had high drama.
I was in a landslide, says Karen Minchcotti. Here comes
high drama.
Here comes.
Oh, look at my hair. What's going on?
I don't know what's going on. Say hi to Coding Gorilla, Surly Dev, Rory, and Hector. They're all out there right now.
Hola. Hi, kids.
Hello. She says hello. They say hello back. Do you know the way to San Jose now? We do. I was using. Take a look at Roy's link for smart duplicate selection out there. So anyway, I tell my wife, I say I've discovered the absolute shortest path. It's arguably provably shortest. There's no other way to get shorter than this. And
no one comes back after this.
And then last night, I'm laying out all of the screenshots for it, and I'm like, oh my God, there's a faster, shorter way.
I knew it.
But I have to change the way I approach it, right? And I'm like, and so now, then I do that, and now I'm like doing this. I'm looking at Dvorak layouts, QWERTY layouts, Colmac layouts, because I'm looking at what are the keys the closest to the keys on the home keys, obviously the home keys. What are the next ones? I'm ranking each key in terms of how easy or hard it is. Then I'm sorting those. Then I'm applying those in order to with different combinations to different target locations that we're going to get you at, to get you to jump to. And I'm start realizing like, oh my God, this is it. We're not only counting keystrokes, we're counting travel distance from the fingertips. And I'm like, and now I've got like what I think is the provably shortest way. The problem is with the feature that I'm speccing out, there's a couple ways to use it, to use it. One is kind of like interactively, and one is kind of like bam, and I'm done. And so I'm gonna, I think, have a couple entry points into it. It's a navigation feature, and I'm blowing my own mind in terms of kind of just how much meticulous detail I'm examining to make sure that we are absolutely going to have the fewest keystrokes possible on this. Anyway, that's where we are on it. I'm still in the middle of the R&D phase on it. I don't know sure why I was talking about it, just other than I was like, holy cow. But part of the problem when I do this is the spec. Oh, I lost Rory. He's coming back, I think. Let's see. Did I lose Rory? Here he comes. I lost you.
You lost me.
Everything looks good here. I don't think I lost anybody else.
I don't know what happened there. I was maybe typing and maybe some hotkeys got hit.
Okay. No worries. What was I saying? I was just like, it was kind of along the lines of, I know. When I go this is autism, right? Kids, right? I have the ability to do deep focus. And when I do this and I really examine a problem, I start getting nervous because I realize a simple feature, the spec for it becomes like 20 pages long or something like that. I handed a spec to the devs. It was like 100 pages for a feature and they were like, Mark, this is 98 pages long. And I'm like, well, it's important to understand, right, all of the details. The same thing is happening for this. They're going to look at me be like, are you kidding me? When they see this, because it's the same thing. It's kind of a simple on the surface feature, but in order to nail it, to absolutely nail it in ways that maybe only I will be able to really appreciate initially. Everybody else is just be like, hey, this just kind of works. That's cool. In order to nail it, there's a lot of detail. And so, anyway, that's kind of what was going on.
It kind of does get like that, doesn't it? Because in order to implement something that works seamlessly, you've got to consider a lot of edge cases. Okay, edge cases that most people, any individual person perhaps, won't really come up against. Maybe if they played with this for years, right? But there'd be another person with a subtly different edge case and another person with subtly. And what we want is to bring the highest quality to all user experiences regarding this. Yeah. And so it does take a lot of thought, certainly around the edge of it, and documenting where necessary. So it's a good thing. It's worthy exercise. Absolutely.
Yeah. So anyway, the problem is that like, okay, it's going to take a while to, I'm not done specking it out yet. I think I'll be done this week is my guess. And then it'll probably take us about 2 sprints to implement it is my thinking on that. So about 60 days from now, I'll be able to, really show it off. And I think I'll probably do a video with you, Rory, and maybe we'll do, a behind the scenes or something, or maybe I'll talk about it on the show. So I can really explain what's going on and the thought and detail that's going to, because I think when you see it, Rory, you're going to be like, oh my God, when you realize the care into what at first looks like something that is haphazard, there's actual incredible amounts of care that are going to be into like a lot of the pieces that you see on screen. And I think you're going to be, when I start explaining why and justifying it, you're going to be like, okay, I got it. He's crazy, but all right, I'll use the feature. So anyway, so that's what I've been working on the side. Okay, so back to this right here. Take it? Garble knowledge. Oh, what KVM do you use for your setup? I'm using something called a 4 KVM switch. It doesn't seem to, it's from TES Smart is what it is. I only have 2 computers on it, so I have to hit it 3 times to go from computer 2 to computer back to computer 1. I originally thought I was going to have more on it, but I use that, plus I use Mouse Without Borders. Borders kind of solves the whole problem, right? So I've got a second machine across the way from me. It doesn't even have to be close to me. And I do have on the second machine, so the one we switched to, the TaleSpire machine, this one, I actually have, that machine's across the way, but I've got like a 25-foot or, 10-meter cable, HDMI cable that comes around to a second duplicate monitor that's right next to me. So it can be worked on at a desk over there, or I can look at it right over here and see that other monitor. Does it do DisplayPort HDMI? Yeah, it does. So for me, I use the TES Smart KVM switch to go to a small little Think Center computer on my desk, which is what hosts the call. So I'm just trying to offload a bunch of stuff here because I'm live streaming, and so I've got the game on one machine. I've got the Skype call on another machine, and then everything else, the overlays, is on the main machine. So I just did that because I suspected that it would make everything run faster. And I think that's probably true because we've actually seen this machine, which I bought, like, I want to say about a year ago, but it was like high end. It was the highest end machine you could get for under about $4,000 US. This machine, we've seen it start to stutter when I really push it. And I've got to like throw like 6, full screen overlaid videos with transparency on at once with all of the layers and dice rolling, 3D, all of it happening. And it starts to go tunk, 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 and fade a bit.
Of course, it's quite important that even if the game or the production of that is chugging at some point, that you don't lose the other facilities like the calls to the people you're working with. It's a bit like when you do something like a Skype call or something. Ideally, it's okay. You want everything to work, but you could lose the video a bit as long as the audio remains intelligible, right? Audio tends to be prioritized. So you keep these things running on different channels, you keep the chances of the important ones staying up, even if some of them start to sort of get hosed a bit.
Yep, exactly. There's Little Cutie right there. Little Cutie's casting the spell. You can see that the distance from Little Cutie is shown on the targeting piece right there as well. We got to scale this thing because her spell has different dimensions. And those dimensions are passed in, presumably, if everything worked, all the code we wrote last week, if it works, the diameter and height are going to be coming in correctly. Let's do this. Let's do a debug log piece right here. TaleSpire log debug, and we're going to say, hey, set cylinder scale. And we're going to pass it. We're going to show what our diameter equals that, and our height is equal to that. Need a comma there. So we'll just get that debug message out there for us. We're converting those to tiles. I'm glad I wrote that last time because I would have forgotten that this time for sure. At this point, I think I'm going to come down here and do it. So at this point, if we see this message, we know we're good. I'm also going to send a warning because I really like the contrast that this message comes out in. This is kind of an important message I want to see to make sure we get down to there. And if we don't, I want to throw in an error here. So I want to do an error, unable to find the children. Like that. And I want to do an error up here too. New feature coming out soon, by the way. Nothing new. This one's almost done. There we go. You can see a little bit of it right here, where I'm just jumping. I'm able to jump up and down from piece to piece, depending on where I am. So if I'm here on the method, I have it highlighted. I should be able to go down and highlight all the other methods. See that? Does that make sense? If I'm on the return type of it, I should be able to go and find the return types there as I go up and down. If I'm on, like, say, for example, this, and I have this highlighted, and I go up, nothing, but look, there.
So that's first parameter.
Yeah, first parameter highlighted.
The name of the first parameter is constant.
Right.
But it logically brings you to a method that has no first parameter, but where the first parameter would be, which is kind of useful.
Now, I'm noticing here, it doesn't go up into here, into the constructor. It considers the constructor different from a method. I'm going to report this as an issue for now. So, Andrew, this is for you, my friend. I'm here, and I want to move up. And I move up to here, right here. I don't go to the constructor. I think we need to be looser on what we decide is similar or not. And in other words, I think that a method and a constructor should be the same. So if I'm here and I'm moving down, I should move to here. I don't know. That's what I think. What do you think on that?
Does that apply both ways around, Mark? If you start in the first parameter of a constructor.
Yeah, I think it should not go both ways, actually. If I'm in a constructor, then I only want to go to my constructor is what I want to do. Oh, boy. This is tricky, isn't it? Yeah. So, yeah. What do I argue on this? Yeah, I think methods should go to... do you have an issue over here, Camel? Camel just brought me his computer. You need a password? Where's the password? Can you enter the password? Ah, I see. Let's do that. I have each kid has got a different Wi-Fi. There you go, Camel. Yeah, you may have to bring it close to connect. Yeah, each kid has got a different Wi-Fi, their own Wi-Fi, their own password. And so if a kid is good, their bandwidth increases. And if they're bad, we had one of the kids here was really bad for a while, and her internet dropped down to like, it measured in like kilobits. You know, it was like, you know, she had very slow speed.
That feels like a standardized setup that should ship with every router going.
Yeah. By the way, I just realized I'm in the middle of reporting the bug here.
Yes.
Issue smart nav. I want methods to go to constructors, but not the other way around. For now, at least. That's what I want. Okay. Also, so that's one of the features. There's a new feature too I'm going to probably work on today as well. Cody Grill says, I used to just block all of my kids' internet if one of them screwed up, increase the pressure. Yeah, we did that too, Coding Gorilla, but I actually, Garble Knowledge, to get to your question in a second. I actually found that dropping their speed down makes it even worse. If you drop it to the point, because it's just teasing them that the internet is there, they could watch the video if they could only download the video. So that's my experience. Garble Knowledge asked, does CodeRush support plugins yet? It does not. So that was a decision we made going forwards to essentially save resources. We were worried about the amount of time and effort it would take to go in and support all of that. So we're not doing that. Instead, we're trying to be really responsive on customer requests. So if there's something you need that could be done in a plugin in the old days and we could do it very quickly, we'll often head down that direction. So, okay. So let's see what we got. We got some error messages in here. We're down here at this point. At this point, if all of this works, we can now go look at our guide document, which is here, and start with the top. So we'll say top. Well, I need a couple things. I need one scale that's all the cylinder diameter. I need to use that in two different places. So I need one vector that does that. So let's create that right here. We're going to say, we'll say VV3 to create a variable of type vector3, and then we're going to say uniform scale maybe, or maybe diameter scale is equal to new vector3, and we're going to pass in diameter tiles. And we're just going to do that like that, diameter tiles in three different places. So that's diameter scale. Then we need one that looks kind of just like it. Maybe we'll call this top bottom scale. I like that better. Top bottom scale. And then we're going to have a side scale like that. And that is going to consist of this, but the height in tiles right here. Side scale. Is that right? Yeah, X and Z cylinder diameter, Y is equal to cylinder height. The last thing we have, so we have to set the scale, and then we have one other piece here, setting the Y position to the cylinder height of the top one. So we're going to say, well, I guess we're going to do one more vector3. We're going to say top position is equal to new vector3, and we're going to grab the tops dot transform. We might want to do a local for this. Local position dot X. Okay, so let's do this. Introduce a local for that. So we say position dot X. This is what we changed to Y, but then we want to get a Z here. This one is going to become the height in tiles, I think. Height in tiles. Let's double check that. Y position matches cylinder height. Height and tiles. I think that's correct.
Yeah.
And now we're going to come in here and we're going to say, okay, top dot transform dot local position is equal to top position. We're going to say top dot transform dot local scale is equal to top bottom scale. And then we're going to say bottom dot transform dot local scale is equal to top bottom scale. And I think that's it. I think that's it. All right, so let's switch over to TaleSpire now. We're going to shut that down over here.
So the proof of this working should be what?
The height of the cylinder and the diameter of the cylinder are correct. That's the proof of this working.
Based on incoming data.
Yeah, oops, look, I've got side scale back over here on the other machine. I've got side scale and I didn't do anything with that. So thankful for this feature, by the way, that de-emphasizes these. So we want to say sides dot transform dot local scale. That's going to be equal to the side scale. Wouldn't that be so cool if this just worked? I don't know what we do for the rest of the show, Rory. I have nothing planned. Rebuild core. Ready. Rebuild all succeeded. Starting up TaleSpire on the second machine. It'll take a moment. TaleSpire had an update. They say they're starting up twice as fast. And I'm thinking, not with my stuff loaded, but maybe. Actually, that is really fast.
That wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. Now, this next part, now I'm loading up loads of assets. I've probably got 200 megs of assets that I've got in here for the spell effects that I could totally pare down and clean up.
Mm-hmm.
This takes a little bit. Oh, well, no, this comes up, but then the asset loads happen. I'm not too worried about that time. I don't like it for this show, but overall, I'm not worried because we do the startup before we do the live stream.
Sure, yeah.
Oh, wait. I misunderstood what Conan Gorilla was saying. Used to block all 3 kids if one of them screwed up. Yeah, no, I get that. We tried that too.
I don't have internet.
What'd you say?
It's the deliberate use of peer pressure.
Right.
You screwed up. I don't have internet.
Yeah, that didn't work on the evil child. The evil child was like, bring it. Yeah, I'll take you all down with me. That's what she was saying. All right, so let's see. What am I doing? I'm going to Little Cutie, Spells, Call Lightning. That looks right.
Yeah.
What does it say here? It is 5 feet. Here, I'm going to bring down the...
10 feet tall, 60 foot. Oh, no, that's the storm cloud.
Yeah.
So, creature within 5 feet of that point.
Yeah, so 5 feet. So let's look at that. Let's just kind of zoom in here a second. Here.
Because it's coming from on high, that's why we have it so tall.
Yeah, when I move this so that
everything on the way down.
Yeah, when I move it so it's exactly 5 feet away. We can kind of see it. Let's drop down. If I just remember 5 feet and 100 feet tall. So we decided to make this 5 feet around and 100 feet tall because it says each creature within 5 feet of that point must make a dexterity saving throw, and the cloud is 100 feet in the air. Okay, so
yes.
That's what's going on. I'm going to drop the scroll, so this is going to go away. But look at this now. When this is right at about 5 feet, see the edge of the cylinder goes right through the center of Little Cutie. So we know the diameter is correct. Sweet, right?
I like that.
The 100 feet, we're just going to have to,
I think we can probably trust it at that level.
Yeah, we're going to trust it here is what we're going to do. Here we go.
So that's not a bad way of comparing.
We kind of bring it right up against the side, I think. And let's see. How does it...
1, 2... Depends what a tile is vertically, doesn't it?
It should be 5 feet, I think. Oh, you know what? I'm going to just say it is. It's 100 feet.
It looks good.
Yeah.
I mean, arguably, if we now bring in any other spell that still does a cylinder but doesn't do 100 feet, you'll see it shrink.
Right. We should see it. In fact, let's do that. Let's grab another spell that does a cylinder. And I'm trying to think of which, if I could remember this. Is it Insect Plague? What does that do? Oh, you know what? Well, I do love this, right? The fact that we bring up Insect Plague and now we've got a sphere. Okay, so I'm happy about that. Let's go look in the spells themselves. I'm going to switch back over to the main thing, bring up the spell data sheet, and we're going to look over there at that, find a spell. Bring down the dragon. Okay, so we're looking for cylinder.
Yep.
Call lightning. So there's our call lightning right there. So 10 foot by 100 foot. So 10 foot diameter, 100 foot tall. I think that's working. Let's see what else we got. Flame strike is a 20 by 40. Does anybody have flame strike though? I don't think we have anybody with it. Ice storm is a 40 by 40. I'm going to add flame strike. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add them. I'll just add them for me, my character. Why not? Flame strike. Here we go. Flame strike. And what was the other one? Ice storm. Okay, so I've got flame strike and ice storm in there. Let's reload everything. And just waiting for that to happen. Okay, now I'm going to go Ice Storm at level 4. Ice Storm is 20 foot radius, so 40 foot by 40 foot is what we're looking for. I'm going to say that looks pretty good. In fact, if we go to my character, where's my character? There's my character right over here. So here's my character right here. And if we go right so it lines up so it crosses through, we're at about, it says about 20 feet is what it says. We're about 20 feet right there. Let's get right on that edge there. Yeah, that's really close. So that's a 40 foot diagonal. And is it 40 foot tall? Seems like it's a little taller to me than it is wide. Maybe I'm wrong. Or maybe not. Is it kind of approaching a square as we kind of get down? Maybe it is. Yeah. All right. I think it could be a square. That could be 40 feet. I could also go into build mode. That might be a good thing to do right now. Let's do that. Let's go into build mode over here. And let's... I want to get a block here, I guess. Stairs. I want to get this guy right here, a 1 by 1. Because I think that's 5 feet.
Okay.
And that's now 10 feet right there. So that's 10. Oops, not what I wanted to do. Undo that. Can I do it just a little bit off of it? Nope, I can't.
You build a little stairs.
I can do this. I can hold down the shift key and move it to the side. And can I put it there? Yeah, it'll just drop it in space. So there's my next one. That's 20 feet. Whoops. And come on. Can't seem to get up there. You know why? Because I'm really high. I'm up as high as I think they let me go on the model. I think that's what's going on. It won't let me drop anything else on top of it. So what do we got here? Does 20 feet look about halfway through it? Is the question. I think it is. Yeah, it's looking pretty good to me. I'm going to say yeah. I think we're good. It's working. That's awesome. Let's get all those guys down. Okay. So I think that looks cool.
Yeah.
I think that looks cool. Let's get out of build mode over here. I can fake it, I think, if I cut more pieces. If I cut these, that's 1020. Hold on. Let me just try this real quickly here. I'm going to right click on this guy to get rid of it. And then I'm going to, then I want to select. I forget how to select. Do I drag? Nope, it's not drag. I totally forget how to select. Is there some, oh, it's this button right here. Okay. Can I drag the selection up? Okay. Drag it over here. I should hit the button to stop all of the... Okay. But I think, unfortunately, the bottom of the box has got other stuff in it. Yeah, it's not going to be easy to do. All right. Okay. Get out of build mode. All right. I feel pretty good about that, by the way.
I think you're right. It's a perspective trick, effectively. When we're not looking at it from exactly parallel to the base, it looks a little taller. But that's because the curves on the cylinder are lending themselves to that.
Yeah, you know, I could just do this. Hold on. I could just do this. This would be like also an easy thing to do. Let's go back into build mode. Come back over here. Let's go down here. Come on. Where are you? Shape. I had you just there. Did I get out of build mode again? Wait. These are the shapes right here, aren't they? Are these them or are they smaller versions of the shape? They may not be a 1 by 1. Let's try it again. Do it right here. 1, 2. That's 10 feet. Come on, get up on there. One, 2. No? All right, let's turn off the targeting because I think the targeting is also messing with us a little bit. Okay. Two. That's 30 feet. Come on, there's 40. Okay.
Okay, so that's definitely 40 feet. We can turn the targeting back on now and compare the cylinder with the height of that.
Let's do it. Here comes Ice Storm. Yeah.
Perfect.
It's good. Yeah. It's right up there. Sweet.
It
That's
works.
Beautiful. All right, cool. Now what are we going to do?
You didn't plan for this level of success.
I did not. That's normally not a good idea to plan for this level of success here. What do I want to do? I want to get rid of this guy right here. Let's switch back into build mode. Get rid of that guy. Okay. So that's cool. That's a good little... Oh, wait. Undo, undo. I bet it came from here. There it is. All right, cool. So that's really cool. I like this little kind of measuring space right here where we can go do that. All right. I think I want to go to spell casting. I want to stay kind of focused on spell casting and targeting. Is there any other? Let's play with what we've got.
Is there any other shapes that we need to implement
Oh,
for this?
wait. No, there's more. There's actually more for this. I was thinking the same thing. Let's go to the other shapes. But there's something about Little Cutie spell.
Okay.
So Little Cutie, let's switch back over to the main monitor over here. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. On the Stream Deck here, when we go to Little Cutie spells, right here, we go to Call Lightning. There are 3 different levels you can cast Call Lightning at. Level 3, 4, and 5. Those are different spell slots. There's also this Again button right here. Okay, and what I want to do, I created something. I don't know if I tested it or not. I don't remember if I did it or not. But I created something, the idea of a movable effect. Because I didn't want to keep recreating the storm clouds. So so let's go do this. I'm going to hit, I'm going to switch back over and we'll just play with her effect. Let me do one other thing before I switch over. I want to take this, copy that to the clipboard, come back into Little Cutie spells. Oh, I already have the buttons right here and here. Okay, good. I just want to make sure I had those. Okay, so we're going to come back over here. Let's go find Little Cutie. I think she's up on top of the... she's over here. Oh, we just got to freeze for a second. Haven't seen that before. Okay, so little cutie's in here. There's little cutie right there. Let's go hit Call Lightning, level 3. And so now what we're doing is we're deciding where's the storm cloud going to be. Wherever the storm cloud is going to be, it's going to hit whoever's down in that space underneath it. Okay, so I'm going to choose Cast Spell right here. What I actually want to do is I want to lift up higher, lift the camera up higher so we can actually see this. We'll do it over this guy right here. So we'll say, okay, let's cast the spell there. So I'm hitting Cast Spell. Now, at this point, there we go. So the cloud starts to form right above that space, I think. And he should be hit with it, but I think he's not hit with it. I think it may come out and hit her instead, is what I think may have happened. I didn't actually see it drop down. You didn't by chance see lightning drop?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. The good news is the cloud looks relatively correct over that target. So later, we can say again. And when I hit the again button, I'm expecting the spell UI to come up. But it's not. I need it to come up.
Lightning Strike was actually way off there. That was off the bottom left of the platform.
Those, I think, if you saw it right here, that's the front level effect.
Oh, the overlay. Okay,
yeah,
fair enough.
Overlay effect. But right now, I hit again, and I do not have anything happening. Let me check to make sure I'm not at a breakpoint. Nope, I'm not at a breakpoint. So over here, we got to kind of figure that out. When we hit again, we need to re-invoke the targeting on the other side. That's what we need to do. So let's figure that out. That's not, yeah, that's in the D&D app. I think the word again is in here in a string somewhere. And I almost think it's got braces on either side of it, if I'm remembering correctly. There. Okay. So repeat spell. We call repeat spell here. Okay, so somewhere in here we've got to we need to do a basically need to invoke targeting TaleSpire, targeting UI, if necessary.
So to be clear, we're going to call the same spell again, but not necessarily with the same parameters, i.e. you're going to pick a new target location.
Yeah, is what I need to do. That's kind of what I need to do. And I'm not sure. So at this point, here's the thing. I don't know if it's happening here or if it should be happening somewhere else. I kind of need to figure out what's happening. It's going to be in Target Manager, I think. How we do it normally. How do we get the normal UI to go? And it could be down in targeting too. Start, for example, target details. Let's set a breakpoint here. I'm going to advance the clock by 10 minutes to dispel Call Lightning. And I just want to call it the normal way and see where we end up. I'm going to Call Lightning. If Rory is a star, putting down Murky. No! Pudding! Why does that guy have so much control? I don't know why we give that guy so much control. I don't know why we do that. Okay, I got a breakpoint here. Target details. Start. Kind, volume, cylinder. Cool. So that's cool. We're getting there. How are we getting here is my question. Prepare TaleSpire targeting. Activate shortcut for player. So we got these two calls here, which are kind of getting us in. Prepare TaleSpire targeting. Do we get here is the question from, let's just run it. And do we get here when we call again? I'm going to hit cast spell once. So we'll just kind of see it on this side. Thought I hit the cast spell button, or I just hit it again. Why nothing happening now? You show offs, go away. Look at this. P for pudding. There it is. It goes fired off. Yeah, it looks like we were at a break point there, maybe. I mean, at a waiting on a response back from Streamloots. Looks like was not getting its response. Okay, now I'm going to hit again and see if by chance we get out there. I guess the theory is nothing happens when I hit again. I'm going to wait till those clear off, and I'm going to hit again now. So we're here. Hit run. We don't get to the second place. So we got to find out, why is it called from one but not the second? What's different about the two? And then let's make those the same. That's kind of what we have to do. So we were here. I'm going to clear off those screens because we got a lot of code up here. Drones, dock. And that's one of the places we were. And I think we were here. We got to prepare TaleSpire targeting. Activate shortcut for player. There's an exit here. That's for modifying existing role. That shouldn't happen. That means we're not even getting into here, I think. I think I need more data. Okay, let's try and get more data here. Activate shortcut for player. It's probably going to be called first time, but not the second time. All right, let's do this too. Let's start collecting these places that we want to be working at here. Close down the call stack here. Okay. Add to favorites. Add to new group. Call this group spell again targeting. Like that. So prepare TaleSpire targeting is there. We know that we need to get a call to this is what we need to get. Activate shortcut for player. We're going to add that as well. Spell again targeting. There's another place. Repeat spell. We want to add that. Spell again targeting. Okay. So these are the places we know about right now. I'm going to advance 10 minutes. We're going to just repeat it one more time. Call lightning. First time.
Lightning damage.
All right. Now I'm going to hit again. All right. And we're here. We say we're repeat spell. We have activate spell shortcut.
Mm-hmm.
Where's this called from? That's in, well, I'm thinking about just adding a call to prepare TaleSpire targeting.
Yeah.
It's kind of what I'm thinking about doing. And I'm thinking about doing it right here. Like that. Let's just see how we go with how that works for us right there. We're calling target. We're starting in that. If we get down into here, that should all be good. Range in feet. So we've got a range in feet of 120 feet of her. That's good. The dimensions feet is 10 by 100. That's good. That looks all good. That may be all we need to do. If I switch over to TaleSpire, thanks Rory, we close that down, we should see good, we've got another targeting place here. Good.
Yeah.
So now let's come in here and we're going to say, okay, we're going to get this guy again. And we're going to say cast spell. And now, okay, so the cloud moves.
16 lightning damage.
Thanks, Rory, for being on that. So the cloud moves down low. The second time. So there's kind of an issue there with the cloud being in the wrong position. I've not seen the lightning strike these guys yet. I've not been paying close attention to that. Let's do it again. Let's just target a point in space out there and see if we can get lightning to hit it. I'm going to go into call lightning. I'm going to hit again. We're at a break point. I'm going to clear the break point. Run. Clear another break point there. Run. And okay, I'll do this guy right here. Hit cast spell. Now I'm going to put my eyes on that. I've got my eyes on here and here, looking for lightning to hit.
17 lightning damage.
I know that's annoying, Rory. Sorry about that. Thanks so much. Yeah, I'm not seeing the effect. Hit.
No, I'm not seeing
At all.
anything. Closest we've got is the overlay, as you said, but also the sparks at the top of those poles. That's the closest we've got.
Yeah, the sparks are probably, this is probably not where I should be testing the lightning hitting. Let's try it again first time and see if we see it first time. So casting that spell, call lightning, I'm at a break point, clearing the break point, and we're going to come over here and we'll call lightning, cast the spell, be ready to close that down again, Rory. So we should see it. All right, let's. Oh, there it is. Oh, but it went on her instead. Did you see that?
Okay,
It went on
that
the.
was one of your predictions earlier, yeah.
Yeah, it went on the spellcaster. Okay, so we need to figure this out. Let's go look at the code for this. For little cutie, call lightning. Let me get the code screen up so you can see that. Call lightning is here. So on cast, we have kind of two issues we need to worry about. One is this one. This modification, the y-axis modification, doesn't seem to work the second time it's called. It doesn't move it up 100 feet. Okay. What else do we have here? On die roll stop. Play effect. So on spell cast die roll stop. I think this event doesn't get fired when we're doing an again.
That's plausible.
That's my theory. That's my theory. On spellcast die roll stop. Let's go see if we can find that. Okay. Spellcast die roll stopped. Trigger. We trigger it from on die roll stopped. Let's set a breakpoint here and see what happens. I'm going to hit again and cast spell. Oh, before we get the close it before we get the breakpoint. And I think it's going to try and put it up. Close it fast. There we go. We did it. We got it closed just in time. All right. So now we're here. The question is, why aren't we coming down here into the trigger spellcast die roll stop? No. Okay. Active spells count. Call lightning. Huh. We're getting trigger die roll stop.
Okay.
So we're going to do it. We're going to get in there. So now the question is, why isn't play effect working? I bet it's because one of these is null or something like that. There's some problem there. The code we're looking for is called play effect. So let's go find that. Play effect. This is the function we want in D&D core right here. I want to set a breakpoint here and evaluate, run, and get in here and see what happens. What? We didn't get in there.
Wow.
That doesn't make sense. Let's go back. Right here. Let's stop there. Oh, wait. This is on any die roll stop. On spellcast die roll stop is the one I want to make sure I'm at. I just want to make sure I was looking at the right one. Let's do it again. We're going to test again. See if what breakpoint we hit. Spells. Call lightning. Again. Cast spell. Okay, so we're here. Call lightning. Cast effect. What do we got? Okay. Effect name. That's the storm cloud. Okay. We're not getting the others. Oh, wait, here we go. Die roll stopped. Okay, we're back here. Let's see what we get. Okay, let's jump in here. This is on any die roll stopped. So we don't have any code there.
Worried about.
Yeah. It's the spellcast die roll stop that we're interested in. Where's this coming from? Ooh, this casted spell ID has got to equal the roll result spell ID. That's when we get to here. This is not, we're not getting into here. That's our problem. And the problem is the casted spell ID needs to, or the roll result spell ID needs to be correctly set when it goes down. I think it's incorrectly set. That's what I think that's where we are. This is where we need to focus our problems at right here. Yeah, so the casted spells ID is AD, starts with AD, and this one does not. So it's not, these are not matching, which means we're not going to call this. And I think that's my problem. So roll results, spell ID, we got to set that on the other side of things here. So I'm just I'll roll this. I'll keep it going, I mean. So on the other side, when we send it down, we've got to make sure we're using the right spell ID on that. Let's see if we can get that before the spell expires. So we're looking for that. No, we're looking for that AD. Unleash the next roll, I think is where I want to be looking at. Unleash the next roll. Let's set a breakpoint here and see what we get. Coming in again. Call lightning. Oops. I hit the wrong button. I'm going to hit again. I can fix it. I'm going to hit again. And now I'm going to hit cast spell. And now we should maybe get a sense of what's going on in here. Spell we're casting is equal to the spell. Call lightning. Okay, cool. Force repeat is true. And now we're saying activate spell shortcut. And I want to kind of wait for that. Where is the spell on that? Check spell for saving throws. No, there won't be any. Dice roll type is good. Delay milliseconds to drop it. Dice roll is here. Okay. Spell manager, next spell we're casting, dice roll spell ID. This may be my problem. Right here. So that, in other words, when I'm up here, and I know it's a force repeat, inside here, I think. If I know it's a force repeat, well, holy cow, this should be happening. Oh, look, we set it here, but then we reset it elsewhere. This, I think, needs to also be set to that. I think that's going to solve this problem. I'm going to set a breakpoint here, run it. We're going to try it one more time. I'm going to hit. Oh, we're going to evaluate. Let's just run it. Okay. The die roll stopped. That's still false for now. But I think the next time we'll get it. So here we go. I'm going to hit again. And now we're here. So now it's right now it's CE. But the active one I think starts with AD, right? AD. So cool. So I think this is going to maybe fix it. Casted spell ID. We're going to come in there. And now we've done that. And we're going to run it. And now what am I looking for? What's my test? Is it on the other machine? I think it is, Rory. I've totally lost track of what's the test on the second machine. Oh, it's to see if we get lightning to strike when we roll the dice.
Yeah.
Roll the dice there. Got a breakpoint that says unleash the next roll. I'm just going to debug and I'm going to disable all breakpoints and then hit run. So we're looking over here on TaleSpire to see a lightning strike on this. Well, on Little Cutie still, I think, because it's on the wrong. There.
Yeah. There we go.
All right. Cool. Cool. Okay. Good. So we're getting a little bit closer. That cloud is way too low. Nobody likes that. Nobody likes that cloud. It's a bad cloud. Okay. Let's get all those guys out of there. Why is that failing? That's a trick. That's the trick we have to figure out next. Is why is the, not this one, why is this y offset equals 100 feet not working?
Is it just because at some point we strip those pieces apart and then put the storm cloud piece back in here so that when we say repeat, there is no longer any parameters?
No, because this code, that's unlikely. I'll say that's unlikely. Because this code is freshly re-executed each time we trigger the on-cast event.
So yeah, that should still carry through then.
Oh wait, I have an idea. We are moving the cloud, not creating it in the new location. The move moves it. I think I understand what the problem is. So let's look at the code. This is actually cool that if this is right, because that's going to save me some time. By the way, I just want to point out, who knew that code was just going to work the first time? Holy cow, that was awesome.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. I didn't even have to look at this. Everything was just working. So sweet. Yeah, that was actually the result of a lot of work last time, right? All that refactoring. Okay. So movable effect is what we're looking for. It's a movable target, movable effect. Play effective position. Yeah. I know what it is, Roy.
You do?
Something I didn't anticipate. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Play affected position is going to take the effect name coming in. Get spell takes the effect name. I'm logging a warning, play affected position. Let's go look at the, let's go switch over here and look at the logs. See if we can see that. Play affected position. Well, medium fire. I'm looking for one that is a little higher up. Medium fire again. Seems like I missed moving spell. Okay, so here's, we've got it. We're doing moving spell. This is the storm, I bet. Oh, effect lightning bolt. Yeah, there's the AD. That's the storm cloud, I think, or the effect that's associated with it. So
Yep.
it's moving. It's going to be called spell. That's its full name right there.
It's moving from vertical 22.5 to vertical 18.5.
Yeah, that's not the first time we go wrong. The first time you're going to see it drop by 20. It's going to go from 40 to it's 5 feet, 5 times 20. Yeah, so it's going to be 20 higher here in the
So
wild.
if we got like a virtual, what I say, height within the system where we, as the creator of things, exist, and we create things where we happen to be, and then move afterwards, and thus wherever you happen to be somewhat affects the height at which you create them next time. In other words, this only happens because it's the second time through. If it was a third or a fourth time, potentially we move by a greater degree again.
Yeah, no, I think what's happening is, see this right here? Effect name is lightning bolt 60 feet. Parameters are y offset is equal to -4. So this piece right here creates it and then does the offset. Okay,
Sure.
Here, look at this. Movable spell. So here we found the movable spell. Found.
Yep.
Let's go look at this code. Let's start in here, because what I think is happening is we're not applying this after we do the move. And it's because we thought we already applied it once. Does that make sense? But this one is one that has to be applied multiple times. Maybe not with rotation. In a movable spell, this one needs to be reapplied. That's what I think is the problem. So let's try that. Let's go see if we can find movable spell. Over here, let's switch back to monitor, this monitor. Okay, so we're in this space here. Get movable spell. Get effect.
That's the log.
What'd you say?
That's the logs you've got. Your found versus
Right.
not found.
Yeah. So my thoughts are that we kind of need to reapply the offset. It's actually not here though. Jeez, it's not here.
Can we just quickly redefine or re-explain our movable spell? Because the name suggests that you cast the spell once and there's like a cloud in the sky. And because it's a movable spell, when you apply it the second time, we are not recreating our effect.
Right.
We are going to move it from its current location to a new one.
Yes.
So that suggests that we don't need to recreate and we don't need to re-offset because it's already at a given height.
No, well, kind of, except for when we move, we're moving to an absolute position, not relative.
So we need to move to an adjusted absolute position, and the
yeah.
destination is to have that height reapplied.
Yeah. So here, by the way, in attach effect, we call get effect, which will get the movable spell if it's in a movable one. Then we call apply after positioning. So this is what applies, as I recall, this is what applies the after positioning effects for those parameters. And pretty sure that the y offset, let's see where I have that defined in here. Scripts, maybe? No. Core. Effect parameters. Here we go. Y offset. When to apply after positioning. Okay. So we're going to apply this after positioning. And then you see this moving this from here to here, from this to this position. So what's happening, what seems to be happening is this does not seem to be getting called. That's what we're looking for. So we're looking for basically a call to get effect without a call to apply positioning afterwards. That's what we're looking for. Get effect is, there's the one, apply after positioning, cool. So that's an attach effect, but that's not what we're doing. Get spell, possibly. We'll have to come back in here. I'll drop a marker here. We'll come back and look at that one in a second. Get effect is being called. Oh, it's only in those two places. Cool. So now we're down to get spell then. So get spell. Apply after positioning is here. Okay, so that should work. Where else do we have it? Same thing here. We've got it there. I think we're gonna, yeah, and that's it. So it should actually be working. is what we see here. Let's go look at the movable. Let's trace the way in here, the inside from, where is it? TaleSpire client, I think. Is that right? So there's a movable. Actually, let's get over to this side here. Okay. Play effect at position is movable, is going to be coming in. So it's play effect at position. Over here, play effect at position. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's the wrong piece over here. Play effect at position. This is where we're coming in. All right, let's go look back over on the other side, TaleSpire, and look at that in a second. So we got movable spell found.
Yep.
Play effect at position is right here.
Second call, though, is it?
What?
This is the again.
Yeah, this should be the again. Well,
Okay.
to be honest, I don't know anymore. Maybe we do it one more time. Let's do it one more time. All right, call lighting. Here's the first call.
Lightning damage.
Okay, so let's just see what we can find here. Modifying active. This is a lot of noise to me right here. These are all of the properties that are changing inside the piece that we're creating. So it's basically, these are all the properties that are changing based on what we've set right here. Okay, here we go. Moving spell. So the moving spell, this is weird. Why am I getting a moving spell from here to here? Is it because no, it doesn't make sense. It's got a different number. I was going to say, could it have, existed from before? Wait, it's not movable. This is from a different, this right here?
Yep.
Oh, maybe not. I was thinking that was coming from,
Those are the same height differences we saw before.
yeah,
But it's not the same we saw.
yeah, it's not popping it up 100 feet. I thought maybe it was coming from,
The log did have another movement of about 20.
yeah, I was thinking it's coming from the Y offset application. That's what I was thinking. Oh, it is. Hold on. That is coming from here, but it's not for, it's not for the movable spell. It's for a different effect that we're offsetting by a bit.
Geniscu
That's what's
7,
happening.
where are you? We need your help!
Oh, yeah, alright. Here, I am.
Get out of here. Geniscu 7. Okay. So that's for a different effect, I think. Geniscu 7, where are you? Okay. Do I need more log messages? I think I do. Let's do this. Let's make this one very clear. This is for the YF set parameter. So I'm going to make that very clear. We're going to do that. I'm going to do tab next reference on the warnings and see where else we're sending warnings out here. This is in, that's okay, there. I'll keep that one there. Keep that there. Found script. Keep it. Keep it. Keep it. Keep it. Get effect name and parameters. Keep that one. Not sure what I'm going to do with that one. That was for some earlier asset found. Okay, keep that one. Modifying this. This is the one I want to change to a log, to just a debug message out. Okay, that's like a lot of the noise. I think we just may have solved that noise problem a little bit. I'm going to do a debug here. Where am I?
A few moments later.
Come on, PyroCat. Give me a break. Fine. Jeez. Okay, fine. We're out. We're done. We're not looking at that anymore. Thanks a lot, PyroCat. PyroCat, why don't you say something in the chat room? I dare you. Okay. I dare you, PyroCat. Okay. More messages out here is what I think I want. Let's go back over, look back at TaleSpire. Switch back over.
Got it!
Got it. How come my switch to TaleSpire is not working? We got a, do we need to do a break all here to figure out what's going on? Yeah, I've seen you. Streamloots is somehow taking a while to respond, I think. Maybe. A few moments later, and we see Pyros and Pudding. Then it becomes Pyro Pudding. PyroCat, dare me to do what? Oh, PyroCat. PyroCat defeated me. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Defeated. Defeated. Yeah, I didn't think about that. I hate it when that happens. Okay, so we are going. Let's see. Let's go ahead. Just a few more messages out here to see what's going on. This is in modify get effect. Let's start out with get effect like this. Movable spell. So we've got these pieces out here where we're trying to get the movable spell if it's movable, and we return that the movable effect. And then here, I think I want to do this. If is movable. What? I don't have is movable? Where is it? Attach effect. Oh, I don't want it in attach effect anyway. Because attach effect is not the problem space. Play effect. Here's where I want it. I want something like this. It just says, hey, look, just verify we get here. Hey, if we're movable, then we're something like this. And let's put the effect name out here like that. Okay, good. So we just get a little more data out there. Okay, let's close down TaleSpire on the second machine. Let's rebuild over here. A few moments later. Yeah, you guys all just made me totally self-conscious about going too slowly. We're going to just speed this up. You ready for this?
I feel the need.
Awesome!
All right, here we go. Starting up. 1, 2, 3. Taking a sip of water, kids. Hyper Miller mode, says PyroCat. Yeah, Hyper Miller mode. That would be crazy. Can you imagine me on like cocaine or something like that? Now we're going to write some code, kids. It's going to be the best code you've ever seen. I'm not even going to write it. It's going to be that good. Yeah, it'll all make sense to me and no one else. All right, where are we? Over here is where we are. Right around that space. Call lightning. First time casting the spell. Did I hit the button to roll it? I thought I did. There it is. I just hit it now. We're not rolling. Why aren't we rolling? Let me do a break all on the other machine if I can. Where is? There we go. Debug, break all. Yeah, Streamloot Services is like kind of not coming back from its read. So what's happening is it comes in and it's just like clogging everything up.
Yeah, never quite returns.
What'd you say?
Never quite return. Well, I say never. There are occasions on which it doesn't return. It's sort of continuously waiting, looping.
And sometimes I feel like I just have to, you know, say go. Let's see what's going on. Can I switch over? I can't. Oh, I can switch over. If I can switch over and I'm responsive there, why can't I cast the spell? Casting the spell should work. Try again. Cast the spell. Did we break something? Should be rolling the dice for sure.
Yeah. Anything in the log?
No, the log is, well, the log we've got here is over in this space. Yeah, I don't think there's anything in here that would reveal what's going on.
Okay.
What I want to do, well, I've got this breakpoint here and unleash the next roll. Let's see what happens when I hit cast spell now. I get there. Cold Lightning is ultimately dispelled. Let me hit run. Yeah, that wasn't fun for me at all.
Lightning damage.
Okay. Now let's do it another time. So wait, where's this? There's the cloud. Okay. In a plausible location, because I guess maybe I clicked over there. I don't know. Let's do it again. Call lightning, hit again. Come over on this guy, cast the spell. And let's see, take a look at our messages.
Lightning damage.
All right. So this...
That's a third one. That's not one I recognize. This should be a standardized GUID, right?
It creates a new one every time I create it do for the first time. So it's not a standardized GUID, no.
Okay.
Let's see here. So this is the -4. Right
Which
here.
is clearly being applied above.
Yeah, that looks like that is correct. I'm looking for the +100. So play effect at position, movable spell, found.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to copy the whole thing because there's no search here and I'm kind of disabled by that. So let's paste this in here. Let's go look for movable. Did I just not spell it right? What?
It's weird.
Moving spell. Well, I could go do that. Move. Let's search for just MOV. Okay, moving spell. So there's my Y offset right there for that one.
Mm-hmm.
Play after positioning. Let's look at that. Only that one, the -4. Let's go back, switch back over here. What are our new messages we were sending out? Play effect at position has the effect name coming in. So that should be there. Let's go look at that. Okay, medium fire is one of them. Medium fire, only medium fire is coming down for play effect at position. Okay.
I mean, is there even... Can you search and find 100 foot and see what goes around that?
Yeah, we can do that. Let's go look for that 100 feet. Hold on. Wait.
We can just not copy.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I didn't copy enough of it. Okay, let's try again. Okay. So
Sector position with 100 feet reference. Apply after creation. There's a Y offset 100 foot. That's good.
That's good. And so this would apply. This is the first time.
Just following. You've got moving manageable. Sorry, moving movable. And you've got a 0 and you've got a 20. So from 0 to 20. Is that right?
It
the
is.
Y in each case?
Yeah, it is. That's 100 feet. 20 tiles is 100 feet. 5 feet a tile.
Right, of course, it's tiles. There is, it says, I don't know if this is even related, but it says target ready with these parameters, and there are none.
That's okay. I think that's okay. Right here, okay. I think that's okay. I'm not worried about that. That one was good. The second time we see the 100 foot is here. And and we don't see, like, we're looking for Y offset is equal to 20. Is what we're looking for. We're looking for evidence that it's in other words, we get to
it's like it kicks out early. It does the play effect at position, it does the very next part, and then it's out.
Yeah. So we're looking for a call like this, apply after positioning. Let's go look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't get it. We don't get that call. I'm not sure why still. That's the tricky part, is why aren't we getting that call? Part of the problem is I'm seeing a lot of noise. Let me go back over here. I'm seeing a lot of noise in here. Let's go look for the 100 foot, the last 100 feet we get.
I mean, we're not seeing apply after creation because we're not creating something new. We're going to be moving it, right? And we're not seeing apply after, is it move? Which is the second one. And that's got to be symptomatic of the fact we're not moving it, which is the thing we're trying to chase down.
Yeah. We're getting this call here, play effect at position. So we're getting that call there. Let's go jump to that. Yeah. So over here, that corresponds to this piece right here.
Okay. And there's the after positioning call, which
we're not returning if spell is null or not, I suppose. We might be coming back and not finding the spell, but that doesn't seem right to me. Can get spell return a null if it finds it?
Well, hang on. We're not even in our second case. We're not even finding. We're not issuing the play effect at position log warning. The one on 158.
This one we're seeing.
Yeah. In our failing case, is that? Are
yes,
we not seeing that?
We are seeing that.
Okay.
I contend we are. I'm pretty sure we are. I'm pretty sure this is the second one, right there.
Sorry. Yes, you are correct. That's true.
It seems like it is. Yeah.
And then we are seeing the movable spell.
It says it's found.
Which is done from within the get spell.
Yeah, so we come over to get spell. We should see that. I think it's get effect maybe.
Yeah, there's a call to get effect right at the top of the get spell, so it could be within.
Yeah, it's going to be there. Sorry, I was just looking down below. My eyes were down below at the other. Let's see, get movable spell. And so, yeah, we get this.
Yeah, so we definitely hit in line 235.
And we're returning a valid value.
And we're returning a value because it's non-null in that branch. So we are getting back out of get effect to get spell.
Yeah, so we're getting out of this. We should absolutely be calling apply after positioning.
Well, hang on. Definitely getting out of get effect, but that gets us back into get spell.
What
not
if,
necessarily having finished.
oh, you know what it is? It's this is no longer contains the key. This is the problem. Save parameters was built for a one-time kind of deal. It is pretty sure. Yeah, this line of code here removes it. So I think I just comment this line out and it fixes it. I think that's what it is. So parameter, basically what's going on with the reason I'm doing save parameters because I need them for after positioning. What's going on here? Parameters. After positioning, we don't know the parameters. What'd you say?
First time through, we create the effect and we have the parameters ready to go, but we don't. We save them off, but only and then remove them when they get used, and we don't have them around for the second time through.
Yeah.
And since we're not creating from scratch, we don't get the parameters coming back in.
Yeah, and I think that's the problem. Apply after creation is not being called. So apply after creation does this, throws it to the game object. I think what we need is something kind of like this, like a save parameters, like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think we need. And I think we need it public. And then in the call to when we do the get effect name and parameters here. Apply after creation. So we need something similar here. And then we need the call. But we need it in get effect. Pretty sure. Okay, here. So we're going to say, I don't know if I really need to do, well, it is a ref. And effect name is changed down below, but we're about to return here. So I guess I can keep that. Then we want to say effect parameters dot save parameters. And the game object is result parameters. Pretty sure.
Okay.
These two lines of code. What I really want to do, I think, I really want to do this instead. I want to pass in effect name. Save parameters. Like that. Then I want to call get name, effect name and parameters, ref there, out there, and then I want to do this. That's what save parameters I think looks like. And so now, now it'll work. Now when we when we call, so when we later call.
So the nice part is, to be clear, we are saving our parameters, but we're keying them on the effect in question, so that we can go again and again and again, and it will remember those params. However, when we switch to a different effect, it will not try to reapply the parameters from the first effect because they are keyed differently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is the idea. I feel like it should work. I also feel like, there's probably a smarter, better way to do this. But it's elusive. I don't know what it is right now. I'm like a little bit still like, just coming out of the darkness, I feel on this, trying to see if this works. All right, the rebuild succeeded on that. I'm starting up on the TaleSpire machine, starting it up over there. I'm a fan of the faster startup time.
Yeah.
Good job, Bouncy Rock, on that. So we're looking for the cloud to move above the next target 100 feet instead of being right lined up with the target. That means that parameter that we're passing in there is working. The cool thing about that parameter, right, this allows me inside my code to kind of apply additional parameters to it, right? Whatever I need to apply to make that work. So, so very cool way to modify and adjust that. Okay, call lightning. Let's switch over to the TaleSpire machine. So here's the first time we're calling.
Nice function name.
Getting close. Okay. Here we go. Let's get a little closer. Okay, we'll put it on that guy right there. We'll cast a spell. I think we're still going to see the effect, the lightning effect on Little Cutie. Whoa. It didn't even work at all the first time.
Pretty low.
What'd you say?
That is pretty low compared to what we were hoping for.
I just broke it completely? What? I don't even get that. I think I'm going to go select all, copy, come back over here, select all, paste, look for 100 feet again. Play effective position. Whoa, not found. Oh, movable spell not found. That's okay. The not found there is good. Premise 100. Apply after creation.
Okay.
Apply after positioning. Apply after positioning didn't have that in there. Power Cat says, I blame Roy. It's really their fault.
There are ways to fix that.
Power Cat just got you, by the way. Got you, Rory. Yeah. There are ways to fix that. What are the ways to fix that, Rory?
The ways to fix that are recognition that I have exceeded my time slot.
No! Kids, say thanks to Roy for hanging out with us today. Thanks so much, Roy. You exceeded his time slot. Got to get out of here.
Yeah, I gotta go, but I will be back with you tomorrow at the same time.
Yeah, it's all your fault, man.
He's awesome.
I'll leave, everything will start working. I'll catch you tomorrow, mate.
All right, buddy. See you tomorrow. Judson comes in, says thanks. Roy's out of here, kids. That was some great help, though. Yeah, I just feel like I broke the whole thing. And this used to say, I thought, apply after positioning. Y offset is equal to 100 feet. That's what it used to say. Pretty sure about that. Okay. So, yeah, definitely not 100 feet in the air. So we've got all kinds of problems now. Let's go back and look at the code. What could we have broken? What did we just do? That doesn't make any sense to me at all. Save parameters. We found it. Just look at the log. What was it? It was, we'll go grab that from the other machine. Yeah, I saw these two entries here. So apply after positioning no save parameters essentially is what it's implying here. Save parameters. I only am calling this from one place. Let's see if we get it. Movable spell found. Are we even calling this? I don't even think we're calling this. Looking just for the word found now. Got a bunch of mod founds. But found with an exclamation mark at the end of it. There. Not found. So what's really weird about this, I haven't quite figured out, is that it seems almost as if adding this line of code broke us, but it doesn't make sense. Save parameters. Apply parameters. If I'm calling it twice, yeah, but it's a local variable. It's a variable, it's a parameter, so any modifications to it through the ref won't impact it outside of here. So that doesn't make sense. The other approach to this is to get rid of this call here, just to see if that helps us any better. Yeah, let's do this. I'm going to undo this code in here. We're going to back it up. We're going to take the second approach. Can I undo? I'm hitting undo. Nothing else is seemingly happening. Oh, looks like we might have an issue here. All right, Dev, so take a look at this. I am trying to undo. And I can probably undo this, undoes that, and now I'm trying to undo links to add. But it's not allowing me to undo it. In fact, I'm essentially stuck all the way up to here. Does that make sense? I cannot undo past links to add. So links to add seems to have blocked the undo stack. That's what we seem to cannot undo beyond links add. Put that out there. Okay. So let me manually get rid of this. Here's what we'll do. I think that one of the interesting ways to do this is to look at this effect parameter here and take a look at what our differences are. Yeah, let's delete this. Okay. So now this is the code the way it is before. I'm going to just comment out this remove right here. So we're going to hold on to these parameters for the game objects. Not my favorite thing to do right now. Add parameter. Let's report another issue here, kids. Add parameter. I'm not seeing it. I don't see add parameter here. Totally expecting it to be here, or maybe even here. Is it going to be here? Add parameter does not seem to be available. Notice this on the other build I had too as well. Take a look at that. Options. Let's just see if it's in here. Catalog. Yeah, it's in here. So why can't I see that? Is it because it's static? Is that my problem? Did we have this problem? Did I report this already? Anyway, take a look at that, devs. Okay. Issue reported. So I want to do this. Apply after positioning. If it's a movable, I don't want to remove it. That's what I want to do. I'm going to do that for now. So I'm going to say, hey, if we're not movable, then we're going to remove it. But otherwise, we're movable, which means we want to hold on to the parameters for a little longer, is what we want to do. So apply after positioning. This is an attach effect. This we're going to send over is movable to it. Apply effect at position is movable. Set that equal to false by default. Okay. Now I feel like I still want to be able to get rid of this thing at the right time. What do I have in TaleSpire spells? Do I have any kind of dictionary binding spells to game objects? Nope. Not there. And then we're out. So only that in spells. Clear attached. Get rid of that. Instances, hold on. Over in instances, I'm tracking anything that we need to get rid of. Like here, for example, delete spell soon. So if I've got a delete spell soon, here's my spells of spell IDs, sweet. That's a dictionary of a list of game objects associated with that spell. Sweet. So if I'm on here, what I want to do is I want to go into TaleSpire. What is it? It's probably just effect parameters. Effect parameters dot delete spell, and then pass in the spell effect. Maybe ending spell. Like that. And then I can remove it. And so at least there I'm clean, that sort of thing. Does remove throw an exception on? It does, if this is null. Okay. All right, let's try that. Rebuild. All right, rebuild succeeded. So we're looking for the initial spell cloud to be, storm cloud to be at the correct height, about 100 feet above. Here comes that test. Go. Okay, so that seems to be working.
11 lightning damage.
Okay, not bad. And now I'm going to hit again, and we're going to put it over this guy. Well, hold on. Let's see if I can get it. I want to move the cloud to a different place. I guess I can, let's just put it over here. I can actually do it illegally now at an illegal distance out of range. Hold on, let's get rid of the close. I can do it out of range over here. And it'll still work. We don't have anything checking that. So we'll do that. Hit again. And cast that over there. Yeah, that looks like that's working. Storm cloud is moving from one location to another. Cool. The fire is showing up in the right spot. That's interesting. The fire shows up there, but not the lightning. We got to figure out the lightning bolt. Why is that not hitting that spot? Let's close this down and figure that out. So medium fire goes to last target position. Could it be as simple as just throwing that there and this one here? Like that. Wonder if that could do it for us right there. Oops, sorry about that, kids. I just noticed. So embarrassing whenever I do that. That's what I just changed right there. I put last target position on all those three places right there. Added that here. Oops, sorry. Here, here, and then right there. Okay, so let's try that now. Looking back over at TaleSpire, going into Call Lightning. Hit again, and now we'll come over here to cast the spell. Now we're looking for the effects to be on that guy right there.
17 lightning damage.
I saw it in two places. Because we have multiple targets. I want to grab, just so I can very quickly close that scroll, I want to grab this guy and bring it down into our call lightning tests. Similarly, we'll bring this guy in as well. And this button in. Okay. So let's try it again over in TaleSpire. And I'm going to bring up the camera, lift the camera up. So we're going to hit the again button. And I'll put it back over here maybe, over on that side there, and I'll hit cast spell. And the lightning is hitting here too, as well as there. So we're seeing lightning hit. What is up with last target position? Something going on there. Nothing found here. Let's go look for last target position. Set a breakpoint here and see what happens. Do we call it only once for each effect? Let's see what happens. So I'm going to hit again and cast spell. Switch over here so we can see kind of both of what's going on here. So its effect location is movable target, not the same as last target. So we'll just hit run.
Lightning damage.
Last target position. The effect name is Lightning Bolt. Okay. So we've got Lightning Bolt coming in here. Target points 000. Looks like, oh no, wait. Now what is it? Y is 0. Interesting. That's kind of weird that Y is 0. 129 but 94. So we got one at Lightning Bolt, 60 feet. The next one is Medium Fire. The next one is AE Electric Burst. The next one is AE Tesla Bolt. So that's one set of 4. Then we're back to Lightning Bolt again. So we're being called multiple times. That's kind of what seems to be the problem. So we've got trigger, spell cast, die roll stopped. Player target. Is this thing being called like for multiple targets? Is it because player active spells? Has more than one active spell? I've got 6 spells active. All of them are Call Lightning. So I've got a problem in the main engine, it looks like. Okay. All right, let's try another one. I'm going to hit again, and then cast the spell. Go. Do we have 7? Is the question.
23 lightning damage.
Yeah, we're now at 7. Okay, let's figure that out. I'm going to run it so it keeps going. Let's switch back over here. Let's see if we can figure that out. Player active spells. This is active spells in the game. Coming from complete cast. I think we're getting in through here. That's my guess. Set a breakpoint there. Invoke again. Yeah, so here I am. Casted spell. The ID starts with 021. They all have different IDs. No, wait. One is the same, it looks like. Maybe 0210, B5AD. Ends in 9771. Yeah, it is there. So we only want to add it if it's got a different spell ID. Something like that. I think it's looking like that. That's what my code looks like. Set a breakpoint there. Let's hit continue and run it.
Lightning damage.
Here we go, one more time. Again, cast spell. Again. Cast spell. Did we lose it? I think we might have lost it. I don't see the indicator that it's still being cast. So I'm going to start it from new. From scratch. Okay. At this point, just to reset all of this, I'm going to go into active spells and clear them out. Okay. So now that should return that we're true. And so we add it. Okay, keep running.
Lightning damage.
Okay. Do it again. Hitting the again button. Cast spell. Okay. Now we found it, so we're not going to add it. That looks like that code's working. The cloud moves to the new location
13 lightning
and strikes. Okay, that's better. Much better. Okay. I think we're going to add range checking next. I want to be able to check to see if when I go to cast it again, if I'm out of range, like way over here. That sort of thing. Because right now if I cast it, you should see a lightning strike right out over there.
19
Yeah.
lightning damage.
And it's totally out of range, so not okay. So we need to add a protection against that. Let's go look at that and see how we can do that, make that happen. I think somewhere out here I've got something called validate. No, it's kind of a dead end. Validation event args, invoke. Well, actually, maybe not a dead end. Validation action warn. Validation action stop. This is where I think we want to be. Get validation. Set a breakpoint here. And let's hit the again button and set it for out of range. Put it over there and hit cast spell. And we're at our breakpoint. Spell dot range. So I'm going to do this. If spell dot range is greater than 0, that means some range limit for it has been set. Then I think the target, is that right? Does the target have the range in it? It does not. However, I've got a class in here called targeting. And I've got a target point in it. Yeah, so the target point is not set, which is kind of unexpected to me that the target point is not set yet. It's just all triple zeros. What else do I have down in here? Let's go into target manager. No. This is in D&D core. Looks like I need to maybe send some more data down below. Let's get out of here. Now we're back up in the main window. Nope, not there. Is anybody calling set point? Is it happening afterwards? It's happening afterwards. We're here now at the break point. What's the call stack look like? It's coming from roll dice, about to roll. The thing is, target active point needs to happen before the validation happens. Let's start up PowerPoint. I just want to take some notes on this, the call stacks here. Okay. Let's run it.
Lightning damage.
Okay, let's do it again. Out of range. Here's the get validation. So, this is the call stack to get validation. hoping to see some ancestor that we can go look at these two from. Could it be because we're not calling repeat spell? No, that doesn't really make sense. I'm gonna just keep this note in here for now, but I don't think that makes much sense. Where's this coming from? What's the call stack here? Safe invoke, and we don't know because safe invoke is called from all kinds of places, right? 56 references. Okay, so that's going to be hard to go find that, where we're coming from. I'm thinking target manager about to roll. We take it out of roll dice. Let's see if there's anything destructive inside of that. Let's go look at that. About to roll. We call target active point if we're about to do it. We get the response, we target it, we say we're ready. We call targeting.set point with that data. So about to roll. Called from only one place right now, roll dice. Yeah, okay, I'm going to do this. Park gets his nice cup of tea to help the brain solve problems. Okay, so I'm going to create a about to validate in here is what I'm going to do. And essentially I want to just move all of this here. I don't think necessarily I need to do that, what I was doing in about to roll. May not need this. And about to validate, I want to insert that in the right spot. So let's go look at that call stack to get validation. Probably get player spell cast state. Right about here, I think is where I want to do that. So let's hit again. Is that working? There we go. Okay, so let's now call that. Now we're into setting the point, down in targeting. Okay, that looks better. Validation result, getting the validation. So now we're right about in here. Okay, so now what I want to do is go into targeting and check to see if the target point is farther away from the spellcaster. So there's the target point right there. What is this type? It's a vector. Do I have a minus with vectors? I need to get the distance to the spellcaster. Spellcaster's here. Do I have a position on it, the board? Location is a vector. Triple zeros. That does not look right. Oh. We need to get location correct. We need to do some vector math. So let's see what we can do here. Spellcaster dot location. Tap to next reference on that. Uh-oh, these are all old. They're old. That's old code before we had the 3D map. So it's not in location. So I have a position, I got a map position. What's that? That feels old too. I'm a little nervous about that one. No, maybe, where is this? Main window? Set map position. This may be right. This feels like I recognize this code. Yes. Sweet. Map position may be the one to work with. What is its value? Triple zeros. Ugh. I need to set it before we cast the spell. Get character positions is right there. Genescu 7. Coding Gorilla says 185 CP. What's CP? 185,000 CP. Bang. Channel points. Oh. Got the channel points. Okay. Set map position is happening here. Get creature from TaleSpire ID. Creature manager. Get character positions. We need to invoke get creatures to find out where everybody is. And then set their positions accordingly. Anybody else calling this? No one else is calling this. Okay, so we need a method that essentially goes from here to here. What's going on down here? I've called lightning for channel points. Got a distance to method here, so that's all good as well. That's sweet right there. Times 5, so that distance is not in feet. Okay, so I'm kind of getting it. This is what we need. We need to make a call to find out where everybody is. And we need to do that kind of about right where we are. What's my problem? No errors? I didn't make any changes that I'm aware of. No. Wait, I do have bad code in here. I have code here. Okay. So I think I need like a updated character positions, but I need to do it from outside of here is what I need to do. I need to find the call stack, go back up into main window here. Here's where I need to do a update player positions call right here. like that. And we kind of need that in there. I want to get I want to create a function in here called get creatures, like that. By the way, editing continue has been working pretty well for me today. Nope, 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 no, no. It's not where I wanted it to be. I wanted to declare it. Declare method. Okay. All right, so there's my get creatures call. Setting the map positions, updating all of those right there. Until right now. What do you mean until right now? So update player positions. Let's stop right here, and then let's go back out up to here. One more time. Speed spell shortcut. What? Why am I here? I'm not sure why I'm there. Missing method not found. Yeah. Just as I say. Now I know what you mean by until right now, Coding Gorilla. Now I know what you mean. All right, I got to kill it. I got to kill it. That's too bad. I guess close. Casted spell. We've got this breakpoint right here. So at this point now, when we get this breakpoint now, that range is going to be the map position for the spellcaster should be valid. Then we can do the validation on the range, and if we can do the validation on the range, we'll call it a day. Glad to be back this week, though, by the way. Had last week off, most of it. Brought no computer with me, only my cell was the only device I had. All right, so we are up and running. Just move that over to the other monitor. We're going to cast. Let's switch over to the other machine. We're going to go say call lightning, and I'm going to cast it out of range. A little bit of unresponsiveness on the other machine. Did I get a crash? Feels like a lockup. Jinx yourself. Yeah, I jinxed myself, Coding Gorilla. No, it's just really slow. Wow, look at that. Now it's working. I've seen it go slow like that. I have a feeling that's Surly Dev playing from the other space there. Who's cranking that up? Who's cranking that up? Music needs a fanfare. I don't know. I assume... Drop that music down there a little bit there. I assume that was Surly Dev playing, realizing that he had the power to increase that from the other Code Rush Commands stream. All right, so now... Let's see. I'm going to go out of range, so right over there. And I'm going to say cast a spell. And I'm hoping to see a breakpoint. what we're doing here. What else happened there? I think we got Groversaurus showed up for a second. I love trash. Uh-oh. Groversaurus, Surly Dev. By the way, going to headed out to Valencia next week to go check out places to live over there. So be over in the time zone for a lot of the folks that are listening to the show. Okay, so here we go. Update player positions has happened there. We're going to get in here and go in and call get spell validation. Coming in here like this. Should just be able to jump down, hit run, and get there. Okay, cool. We got 120 on the range. Now let's see if spellcaster map position is good. What you got for me? Sweet. All right, so now we want to say, okay, this dot distance 2, and we want to pass in this guy right down here, target point. And this is in tiles, unfortunately. I don't have a conversion up here. I don't think I do. D&D utils. Tiles. Do I don't have anything? I don't have anything. So I need to say tiles to feet. See if this works with that in continue. This might not work because it usually does a missing method if I do that. I'm feeling pretty strongly it's not going to work. Tiles to feet, distance in tiles. We're going to say return distance in tiles times 5. Ah, come on. Like that. Maybe my music is too loud. I'm not sure I heard Venice. No, Valencia. Not Italy. Going to Venice. Is the music too loud? Let's do that. Let's get rid of this guy. Is that guy not working? Are we at a break point? Is that why? That's probably what it is. For function, okay. Tiles to feet. So I don't know if that's going to work or not. Feet from caster. Looks like that. So spell range is greater than 0, then we've got some sort of target point, I think. Well, it'll kind of work for this. It may not work for everything. What's going to happen? Sweet. Now we can come in here and we can say, hey, if feet from caster is greater than spell.range, then we can indicate the problem. Validation and something like that. So it goes like this. Validation is that, and then we're going to say message over player is going to be something like spell target location must, if farther exceeds. Rex Teller is following. Thanks for that follow, Rex Teller. Exceeds spell.range feet. Spell target location exceeds that much and does many feet. All right, so back up here. Carrot is here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Powercat says, enjoy rest of stream. I have to go throw the child in the bath now. Be sure to duct tape some bubble wrap to that child. There's some many more parenting tips are coming here. Everybody say thanks to PyroCat for hanging out with us today. Thanks for that, PyroCat. Snuck in without the fanfare. But can't get away. Right, I got you, PyroCat. That's it, kids. Pyrocat leaving the building. Thanks for joining us, Pyrocat. Appreciate that. Bubble Wrap a Kid, says Puddings. Just put a channel point reward in which we just buy Rory's fanfare. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, that's a great idea. I'll have to code that though. So we've got this. Wait, what's happening here? Message over player. I think this is just, I just have to F10 on it. Spell target location exceeds that many feet. Sweet. Run. Run. Okay. Not bad. It's a lot of text to read. I want to shorten that somehow. Let's try again. Let's we just got that one breakpoint there now. Back over here, spells. Call lighting. Call lightning. Is it still running? Doesn't look like it's running. So do this. Just target it over there. Out of range. Target out of range. I think it's maybe clearer. Now I've just got more words, which is what I didn't want. Yeah, you like that, Coding Gorilla? Just feet. Do that. Target out of range. I can do that. Target out of range. Maybe that. I'll do that. Let's see how that looks on the screen when we play it. I think it works. Cool. So let's try to get the target in range. That stopped it. Let's try again. So here's one that's in range. Cast spell. That looks like that worked. And the cloud, you can see. Nice. You can see the cloud, and the cloud's moving here. There's another. Is it another one there? Did we just not get rid of it? That could have happened when we closed down. That is probably exactly what happened. So we have two effects because we had a crash. We kind of effectively crashed the app, and it never cleaned up this other one right there. But now this one should move. So if I now hit again to call lightning a second time, and I say, and it looks like I lost the targeting for it. Let me try hitting again. What is happening? I'm hitting again. It's just snapping right into doing it. It's actually casting it there. What is happening? As I move in closer, that's like immediately calling it, trying to cast it. What's happening with that? Hitting again. Next die roll type is set. Try it again. Hitting again. Repeat spell. It's like the roll the dice button is being hit. Unleash the next roll. Let's try, see if we can find that. Set a breakpoint there. Are we getting there if I hit again? Let's get the in range. We are not getting to unleash the next roll. Code. Call lightning. There. What's happening? We're getting all of this on preparation complete. We're not getting we're validating too soon. We're validating too soon on the yeah, I think that's the problem. Hold on, let's go find the target. Targeting. Start, set point. Set point, I bet you we're calling that just as I hit the button. If I hit again, yep, we're right here in set point. Set point is coming from about to validate. And about to validate is called in get player spell to cast state, which is coming from activate spell shortcut, which is coming from repeat spell. So we just can't validate then. Activate spell shortcut. This is called just before unleashing the next roll. Activate spell shortcut. I think it's a mistake to call it from repeat spell. I really need to kind of save it for later and call it from unleash the next roll. Okay, so let's try this. And so we're going to call this later with this, and then we're going to set it to null afterwards. Jeez, come on. Okay, we'll set it to null afterwards. So these 2 lines of code we're going to get rid of here. What does it not like about these 2? What did I take away? Were we inside of that? Oh, because it had an await in it? I think that's my problem. I think we want something that looks like this. I've got this spell to cast on roll. Maybe instead of this, I just use this instead. Because then that will take care of the forcer people will take care of the same things being called there. And I won't even need that. I think there's a shot that that'll work. Let's see if a run will make this work. Okay. Looks like I'm not having any control over movement of the targeting over on the TaleSpire side of things. Let's try it again. Hitting again. Let me try hitting the clear targeting button. I wonder if I lost cleanup. Oh, there we go. That cleaned up. Call lightning was just as spelled as well. Let's go back. Call lightning. Go. Then we set the point based on it. That looks like better. Okay, that looks better. All right, let's try it again. Yeah. Okay, so let's get it in range. There's the spell cast.
19 lightning damage.
Here's the damage. Good. Now let's say cast again. Put it over here. This is good. So now it's not immediately going. We'll put it over here. Cast spell.
Lightning damage.
Good. And the cloud is kind of moving over, I think. I think we have actually 3 clouds in here now. Because of the times we stopped the app while it was running. Let's go in the effect editor. Explore existing. And look for spell. Oh yeah, we got a whole bunch of these in here. Effects. I bet that's the most recent one. Is it? Yeah. All right. I'm not going to worry about getting rid of those because I think it's just too much to go through and to find them all. But that seems to be better now. So now I can hit again. I can still target, cast the spell. The cloud moves.
Lightning
The lightning
damage.
effect strikes. And that kind of all works. The next piece of this that I haven't done yet, let's look at the time. I think I'm going to stop the show. That's what I'll do. The next piece of this, though, is I need to be able, it's the second part of the rules on this, I need to be able to find everybody within that range of that point, 5 feet around that, and everybody in that range gets the damage applied. So we need to get to that point next, so we should see blood effects, all of that shooting out. We'll pick that up tomorrow. In the meantime, I'm going to get a raid going up here. There we go. Send you over to Oh Bother. Thanks, Coding Gorilla. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out with us today. Appreciate hanging out with you guys. Hector. Everyone else. Wasabi Dev's with us. Wasabi, Lurkin. Gotcha. All right. See you guys tomorrow. Have fun.